Alyssa Vascu is up front. So she is going to start on the pole for this one. Noah Ryan in the 48. Oliver Piatek in that 0-12 is back there starting third. Let's see if we get a start. Yeah, we get a start. We're underway.
I was about to say, if anybody won't get a clean start, it's these guys because they're so anxious. But here they go. Defy that. And Vascu takes the lead coming down the hill going into turn 2 for the first time. We've got a side-by-side battle between Ryan and Piatek as they head back up the hill, come through turn 3 by us in turn number 4. And look at it, Alyssa Vascu taking off already. I have serious doubts that's going to last terribly long once they get settled out behind her. But things change week to week. Unfortunately, we don't have our drone in the air right now because of the rain. We'll try to get it back in once the weather allows. But right now, a little bit of precipitation keeping us from that angle. But we've got our ground cameras that are doing a pretty good job here. There goes Vascu.
They're doing an outstanding job of getting the coverage. And we can see all the way around the track via our cameras in remote locations. There's Vascu going down into turn, ready to go into 16. But she's got a trio of drivers behind her. Ryan in the 48, Piatek in the 12, and Jared Clark in the 316. We've not mentioned him earlier. They make their way by start-finish. They'll complete lap number 1 right now of our drivers in the LO 206 juniors.
Vascu already with a 1.16 second lead over Noah Ryan, but Ryan under challenge now from Oliver Piatek.
Piatek's looking to the inside.
Behind
Ryan.
Clark and Kondrowski also battling behind them.
And you still see them side by side going down through the kink right now. Piatek has to settle back in single file behind Ryan, as Ryan was able to be the dominant card of those two. And they're all chasing Alyssa Vascu in the 07 as she works her way through 9 and 10.
They were 2 by 2 going into the kink, and they wisely have both straightened out and got single file. But that's the kind of action that goes on in this class. But look at Alyssa Vascu. She's got it hooked up today as she's already opened up a good, 15, 20 cart length lead over second place Noah Ryan. But Oliver Piatek dogging him from behind, give him a little nudge. They come through 16 and 17 down the line to complete lap number 2.
Yeah, I believe we've got a change in those top 3. Let's check out our timing and scoring when they come by. Yeah, Piatek has gone to second now, and Kondrowski is up to third in the 35 cart. So we've got a change in those top 3 as they head down the big hill in 2.
So it was Kondrowski giving grief to Piatek for second place, and so we should see more of that. And
again, you saw Piatek trying to do that.
They'll urge that, scoot that cart up the hill. You'll see them all do that in these lower-powered carts as well. But, of course, Noah Ryan's not going anywhere either as he maintains 4th position, looking to get back where he was.
You see a couple of these drivers, you see something on top of their helmet. That's actually a GoPro that they've got on their helmet. You saw that from a couple of drivers in that. If you're wondering what in the world that top knot is on there, it's a GoPro camera that they've got from their particular angle. Be interesting to see some of these GoPro shots of what they see in front of them. Vascu leads them. She is down into turn 17 right now.
And it looks like Bice just got around Jared Clark, too, for 5th position. I believe I saw that pass. Let me see if I got the carts right. We'll see when we come to the line as they update our scoring. Here comes Vascu, your leader, completing lap number 3. The two together there. Ryan got around Kondrowski. So, yeah, it was Jared Clark getting around Logan Bice. So it's Vascu, Piatek, Ryan, Kondrowski, Clark, and now Wesley Bacon, top 6. Logan Bice falls back to 7th. I wonder if he's got an issue.
You know, we saw in that clip from last time we were here the big battle going on between Vascu and Piatek. They're up front right now, but not really close together on the racetrack. Alyssa has quite a lead on Piatek, and I wonder if he's going to be able to chase her down as we get toward the end of this race. We've only completed 3 laps out of the 8 in this pre-final, but right now there's a lot of work to do on Piatek's part to try to catch Alyssa Vascu.
That's true. We see weeks where Alyssa dominates, and then we see weeks where Oliver challenges, or maybe Noah or Luke or someone will get up there with it. And I think it depends on circumstance. Sometimes you just catch a break. Your trailing competitors, they get too busy in their own battle, and it lets you stretch it out. as I said, the best thing third place can see is first and second battling it out. The best thing the leader can see in her rearview mirror, if she had one, is second and third battling it out. That's the best thing because you can then stretch that out. We come to the line now. Vasquez still your leader with Piatek and Ryan nose to tail. Let's get a differential on that. 3.255 is the timing between first and second.
Now, you watch Oliver Piatek doing something, a wise thing on his part. Instead of trying to bob his head back and forth to get up turn two, he just put his head down to reduce the aerodynamics of that helmet up so much. And that's a smarter thing to do, but most drivers want to bob their head to try to help that thing up the hill. But actually getting your head out of the wind seems to help a little bit. He may be able to close in a little bit on Alyssa, but we're just now halfway through.
Yeah, well, Piatek had to fight off the challenge from Ryan there. They were side by side there for a stretch there as they came by us. Now, Piatek reassumed second, but they were side by side. And look at Ryan again. Looks outside, looks inside.
Well, Ryan taking a different entrance into that corner and then comes off a little differently. Of course, your entry sets up how you're going to come off. Right now, they go side by side again. He got it.
He just ducked inside and took it. Wow. That was a nice little move there by Noah Ryan to take second for the moment, but look at Piatek. He's not happy with that. He's going to see what he can do about it. But now let's see if Ryan has anything for Vasquez. Can he leave Piatek behind him and go after Alyssa in these final 3 laps?
Well, Ryan's starting to pull away just a little bit. He's already pulled away about 2 car lengths over Piatek. They come through 3 and 4 right now. 5 laps are complete. We're about halfway through lap number 6 of this one. You see Alyssa disappear down there into turn number 9. Just now coming into 8 are our 2 drivers that are battling for second and third spot, Ryan and Piatek. Piatek looks to the inside.
Oh, they got together a little bit. Yeah, got a little squirrely, did Ryan, and that was just enough for Piatek to take second back. I was just about to start looking at the gap between Vasquez and Ryan, coming by to see if he was closing in on her at all, but that's going to mess all that up with the battle going on with Oliver Piatek. So that's probably pretty much going to guarantee, short of chain coming off or something, a victory for Alyssa Vasquez with 2 laps to go here in the pre-final.
Yeah, 2 laps to go. Vasquez with a healthy lead right now because Piatek and Ryan have been battling awfully hard. And as you mentioned, when those 2 drivers are battling, that allows the guy up front, or the lady up front in this case, to pull away. And so Alyssa has done that. She's pulled away to a quite handy lead as Piatek comes up now, turning into 4 with Ryan still right in his tire tracks. Man, they're close together.
They are pretty equally matched, are Piatek and Ryan. Ryan measuring him up, hoping to be able to get second in the next lap and a half from Oliver Piatek. Meanwhile, Alyssa Vasquez, let's look back again and see what the gap is. Yeah, 4.5 seconds at the line for Alyssa.
Well, there is no gap between Ryan and Piatek, though. Look at Ryan. Looking once again, that different entrance. I think he's setting him up there to try to do that same pass down in 16 he did before. Let's check them out as they come down through that area. Here they come.
Vasquez will take the white flag this time by, but we're going to look at the battle between Piatek and Ryan.
And he did it. Ryan did it again. He set him up in 14 and got around him as the white flag flies.
1 more lap to settle out second place between Noah Ryan and Oliver Piatek. Alyssa Vasquez saying bye-bye to the tune of 5.6 seconds, but this second place battle is going to be something else.
Man, she's already out of turn 4. They're just now going into 2. Alyssa's got a healthy lead as this lap winds down.
I was going to say she's in the tech shed, right?
Yeah, just about it. Ryan now leading over Piatek. He's got about a 4-kart length lead as they go into the kink.
Well, whatever Ryan did, he got it going and got enough distance between himself and Ryan to where he could, if he had more laps, maybe challenge. But let's see what happens. We'll get the timing at the line just for historical purposes to see if he was closing on her, because it was 5.6 seconds the last time by. So here comes your leader, Alyssa Vasquez, going into 15 and 16 for the final time for the pre-final. She'll take the checkered flag directly, and let's see what Noah Ryan
Ryan's got some competition now. Piatek is back in second.
So here we come down to the line. Your winner is going to be Alyssa Vasquez. Yeah, we are side by side. Piatek is second. Yeah, Ryan and Kondrowski. I was too busy looking at Alyssa there, where we missed that Piatek got the position back from Ryan. So all that battling meant a 6.8 second victory for Alyssa Vasquez.
Wow.
But then at the line, it was Piatek second, but Noah Ryan just held off Luke Kondrowski by, I don't know, 36 1/1000ths of a second. It was pretty close.
And they will bring the field through that jelly bean loop, the cutoff right there. So we don't have to wait for the full 0.85 miles for them to make their way around the
That's
track
a
here.
handy thing.
So they can shave off about 80% of that, set it back up, and try again.
Our two principals are side by side on the front row, Vascu and Piatek. So that'll be the battle will be afoot immediately once they do get the green flag. Although there'll be plenty of others behind them looking to contend for that victory in this LR206 Junior Final.
All right, they're going to try to line them back up side by side. I got a little out of whack there coming through 16, but I think they've gotten side by side again. Let's see what we find out. We go green. We got a good start this time, so they're going to be barreling up the hill over in turn number 1. We'll find out what happens when they come by 4. I bet there's already some action by the time they get to here. They head down the hill in turn number 2. Alyssa's out front. You can see that. We got some side-by-side action going on.
Oh, and it looked like Piatek might have made a little contact there with Logan Bice and Noah Ryan coming through 2. He's going to shake back out to 3rd place, allowing, looks like Noah Ryan to get ahead of him into the 2nd place. Although Alyssa Vascu already off to a pretty commanding lead here. She took advantage of that. She got in front of the pack, let them shake it up in 2. And now she has about a 5 or 6 cart length as they go down, barreling into turn 9.
Well, Alyssa takes it down through the turn and gets ready to go through the S's, and she really did take advantage of those guys battling behind her as she comes out to a commanding lead. Of course, that can vanish in a hurry. You never know how quickly that could go away. But right now she's got the lead as she goes down the hill toward 14.
Yeah, but Noah Ryan has his sights set on Alyssa Vascu, too. Look at that. He's closing in as they go through 15 and head into 16.
When Noah Ryan has a clean track, he is definitely a contender. But he just seems to be having bad luck getting caught up in traffic. And there he goes to the inside, making the pass on Alyssa. Your new race leader, Noah Ryan.
Was that a gesture as he went by? I saw his hand come out as he went by her. I don't know. But, yeah, Noah Ryan.
I think he just said, on your right, as he went by her.
That's probably it.
And there go your leaders up the hill.
Noah Ryan was able to lead lap number 1, so he got, look at Alyssa. She's trying to look back to the inside, but she has to fall back single file behind Noah as they head down into the kink.
And you saw she pushed that turn a little narrow. She couldn't swing quite as wide because Ryan was on the outside, and you saw those back tires slip a little bit, and that cost her speed going down the back hill. And you can see how twitchy these karts are because almost every time they go through a turn, they're turning them as hard as they can until you see that back end flick just a little bit, and then they let off because they know that back end's going to slide out if they keep trying to hold the turn. And they got to let momentum do the work as they push these karts. I mean, they're having to manhandle them out here in the wet.
Alyssa's right in his tire tracks. They come off turn number 6 off of 17 right now, try to complete lap number 2. Noah is still up in front. Alyssa in 2nd spot. Oliver is 3rd. Logan Bice is 4th. Jared Clark is 5th. But look at this battle down into 2. Man, Alyssa is not letting Noah get by.
99 1/1000ths of a second was the gap there the last time by between Ryan and Vascu.
Noah leads it, but Alyssa really keeping him reined in.
And they are really starting to pull away from the 3rd place of Oliver Piatek.
They put 2.2 seconds between them.
Yeah, Oliver's got a battle going on himself, but right now we check out Alyssa as she looking a little bit to the inside of Noah, trying to see if she can find some opening there. Looked to me like Noah at that point slid just a little, rear end slid a little bit with him coming out of turn number 9, so she might find an opening here at some point.
Well, with this wet track, it's going to make that crossover action a little hard, Charles.
That's true.
Because there's really only going to be one quick line through the turns because that's going to be the outside line. Because when they try and reel in those wheels too hard, that back end's going to spin out. So they got to stay wide to keep that speed up.
The key on a day like today is pressuring the person in front of you so much that you make them do that. You make them go in too hard and spin, and you take advantage of it. It seems like a wet track kind of condition.
Piatek and Bice were side by side of the line as well. So battle going on for 3rd. I think Piatek held on to it. I thought Bice had it for a second, but Piatek still in 3rd place.
And you see him leaning forward every time coming up that hill, getting every bit of help he can from that arrow.
Yep, and leaning back as he goes down the hill to try to see if he can minimize that aerodynamics as well. At least they don't look like the motorcycle guys and stick their knee out trying to get the advantage around the corner. We haven't seen that yet anyway.
And here you're watching the third place battle between Oliver Piatek and Logan Bice. And those are your leaders right now going into turn 16 and 17 with the third and fourth place battle just coming onto screen right there.
Yeah, Alyssa not quite as tight on Noah as she was in the previous laps, but then again she tightens up as they come to the line down there. Noah still leads it. Alyssa Vasquez in second spot. It's Oliver Piatek in third, Logan Bice in fourth, and those are two great battles going on within this race, the two individual battles going on as they head up turn 2.
Well, I say it almost looked like Alyssa was trying to settle down a little bit. We're only 4 laps into this 12-lap feature because you can't afford to be too aggressive on this wet racetrack because you make one mistake and you're spun out, and that's all she wrote. As you see, one in front of the other, your first, second place, and then the third and fourth place battle. Oh, it looks like a little action there. It looks like Logan Bice making the pass on Piatek as they come down the back straightaway. Oh, at the same time, Alyssa Vasquez trying to get around Ryan. She shoots wide but can't make it happen, has to dip back in. So we had a position change for third, almost had a position change for the lead. And we will have to see how this gets scored as they go by the line. Oh, and it looks like Piatek came back out in front, so there was some more crossover action we didn't see.
Yeah, they swapped that third and fourth spots. Piatek back up into third right now as Bice is back in fourth. And Jared Clark, bless his heart, he's just out there riding with nobody in front and nobody behind him. He's in fifth spot and nobody around him at the moment, so he's just racing the racetrack. There you saw Noah Ryan slide a little bit when he came out of 2, but that's not unusual. That is an area where just about everybody slides a little bit. Alyssa's still back on the gas trying to chase him down as they work toward the kink.
And she is working on a place to pass him. She's just waiting, and look for her to make the move. And there she goes.
Can she outbreak him? Nope. She has to tuck back in single file once again. Cannot seem to get that run on him and outbreak him in the corner.
Well, the problem is if she's on the inside going into that turn, she is going to lose time because with that wet track, they do not have the grip. So anybody on the outside will have more momentum and have more speed coming through the turn.
That's the battle for the lead. Heads down off 14, down into 15. They work their way. They're coming back to start-finish this time for the halfway flags. It'll be halfway through. It's been rather uneventful the first half of this race. Let's see what we got left for the last half of the race right now as we begin that lap on lap number 6 complete, number 7 on the way, coming here in just a moment.
About 6.3 seconds back from Vasquez back to Piatek. So that front 2 has broken away from the third and fourth place battle.
Ryan still leads it. Vasquez in second spot. Piatek and Bice. That battle for third and fourth. All alone is Jared Clark coming by our turn 4 area right now. Leaders are already down into turn number 9. There's the battle for third and fourth with Piatek and Bice.
And it looks like Piatek's been able to get himself a little bit of breathing room there from Logan Bice, although we've seen it only takes one missed turn. And the guy behind you is right back up on your bumpers, so Oliver's got to keep a clean racing line here if he wants to keep that breathing room.
Down to the line now to complete lap number 7. Alyssa Vasquez looking inside, looking outside, nothing doing yet. 5 laps to go to figure it out.
Now, she's not really had much of an opportunity to do anything to try to get by him. There's never been an opening so far, and it's hard to push on a track like this, even though she closes up tight on him right now. But still, no opening. No, Ryan's not doing anything at all to give her any advantage.
And there
to try
she goes,
to slide.
looking to the inside, coming down the back straightaway.
The closer we get to the end, the greater the likelihood she might make an opening.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We've seen her do that.
I don't know if she'll have the grip to make the pass like she did last month on the outside of 14, because we've seen her make some risky passes, and they've so far played out for her. But with this rut track, anything can happen.
Well, she's not short of being aggressive. She's a foot away from the back bumper of Ryan right now as they head into 15.
And remember, she is ahead of her closest competitor in points, Oliver Piatek. So to do anything too risky would be foolish at this point. If you're looking at a points.
Yeah, big picture.
perspective.
Got
looks like
flags out. We got an issue somewhere on the racetrack.
Looks like just out of camera, we had a cart spin out there. We'll have to see who that is. That might have been Logan Bice.
Yeah, there's Bice coming by right now. I believe he is out of order from the rest of them. So he still hangs on to that 5th spot. He gained it back, but I think he did spin over in turn 16.
Well, that will definitely free up Oliver Piatek, who is now all by himself in 3rd place, as he comes under our position here in the booth onto the back straightaway. And that looks like the battle for 6th and 7th right now. Wesley Bacon and Luke Kondrasky as they make their way up the hill. Some bumper-to-bumper action as they make their ways through turns 3 and 4. Single file through the kink and onto the back straightaway.
Kondrasky thought he was going to look to the inside there for a minute. He hasn't quite pulled that off, but he looked like he was wanting to do that. He just stays right in the tire tracks of Bacon right now through 9.
Alyssa Vasquez making a run on the front straightaway. Don't think she quite had the momentum to get around Ryan, but as they came to the line, she was ducking to the inside. Gap at the line, 0.2 of a second between 1st and 2nd.
We're 9 laps into this as our leaders come by turn 4 at the moment. Still, Ryan holds the lead over Vasquez.
And Ryan went a little wide there over the rumble strips. I know that's going to slow him up. As Alyssa looks to the inside, she's making a move down the back straightaway. And unfortunately unable to capitalize on it again as she has to get on the brakes and duck behind.
But she is right on his tail.
Boy, Alyssa is she's wanting to be aggressive. I don't know that she can be in these weather conditions, but she's wanting to be.
She may help him into a turn pretty soon.
Yeah, 8 brakes are better than 4 brakes, right?
Well, she is definitely playing some psychological warfare right now because Noah Ryan knows that she is on his rear bumper, and she's just waiting for him to make a mistake.
Well, so far, he's been pretty mistake-free. He's gotten just a little wide, but not wide enough for her to capitalize on it and get her cart in there, but just a few little areas where he slid, and that's an aggressive driver will do that. She looks to the inside once again, but you can't hold that momentum going up that hill like that.
It's going to push the tires, and you're going to bleed speed, and that is what will do you in here at Atlanta Motorsports Park. All 43 feet of elevation change.
I thought he was going to give her an opening then, but again, now she goes to the inside. She might have a run this time. Alyssa takes it down into 9. What's she going to be able to do?
And she's not going to dip back. She's not going to yield this time. It looks like she makes the pass, but is there going to be a crossover as they come through?
We'll find out. They come back inside.
Once again,
she hangs
wow.
onto it. Yep.
With 2 laps to go, Alyssa once again has made that move. Now Ryan's trying to work back alongside. Noah Ryan trying to see what he can do.
Oh, Alyssa looks like she fishtailed a little bit, although Ryan was right on her bumper, so he couldn't take advantage of it.
White flag. We've got 1 more to go. Can Alyssa hold off Noah Ryan? We'll find out as this lap goes on. But right now they're heading down into 2. Let's see how they negotiate this corner.
Well, Ryan's going to need to stay off the rumble strips as he makes his way back up the hill because the last 2 times by I've heard him hit those rumble strips, and that will rob you of so much speed that you need coming down that back straightaway.
Oh, he went wide that
he
time
did it
off
again.
4. Yeah.
I think he might be losing tires. I don't know, Charles, because he has pushed it wide for the last 3 or 4 laps.
Well, Alyssa's got at least a 10-car length lead right now as she goes into turn number 9. It's a pretty smooth sailing, I would say, for Alyssa from this point on. She may win 2 in a row here.
The last thing you want is clean track in front of Alyssa because she will take advantage of it and leave you behind.
There she comes. She's got quite an advantage now over Noah Ryan. Oliver Piatek not in the screenshot right now, so he's a ways back. But Alyssa, for the final time, bringing it down into 15. She's going to bring it home. It's going to be Cam Gentry with the checkered flag, and Alyssa Vascu gets the win. Noah Ryan finishes in second spot. Where's Oliver? He's somewhere back there. He's just now coming off 17. Oliver Piatek will take third position. And there's Jared Clark in the green car. He will finish in fourth spot. Logan Bice will take fifth. And that's going to end it up for the LO206 juniors. The rest of the field comes by. Got a little bit of a battle going on right there toward the end of the field. So we got shifter carts coming up next. That'll be our last race of the day. Shifter carts will be bringing them out